Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and you're all very welcome to what is, I suppose, the final night of a terrific 9 nights of drama. Notwithstanding what we're going to see tonight, the last 8 nights have been terrific entertainment. Welcome to each and every one. Special welcome to Patrick Sutton, our esteemed adjudicator, and his partner, Niamh. I have no doubt that his job is not going to get any easier after tonight's show. Please turn off all phones. Reach into your pockets, bags, whatever, and turn them off. Please don't leave them on silent. Turn them off. A couple of hours entertainment without the phone won't kill anybody. The fire exits, in the unlikely event that we do need them, are the entrance door that you all come in through. There is a double door outside that lets you out into an alleyway. This entrance here on my left, your right, will bring you out to fire escape out at the back of the lounge, also underneath the stage. There's also a fire exit up these stairs and a double door exiting out here on my right. Okay, I wish to extend a very warm welcome to Breed a Daily tonight on behalf of our sponsors, MS Commercials. As you've heard all week, our sponsors are very dear to us, and without them, we just couldn't function in a festival like this, or indeed any festival. But a special welcome to Breda and a special word of thank you to Sean and MS Commercials, because they have been sponsors of this festival for many, many years, and for that we are truly, truly grateful. The interval of tonight's show is 1 hour and 15 minutes into the show, and the second act then will be the third act, I'll explain that now in a second. The third act will be 40 minutes thereafter, after the interval. There is a break between Act 1 and 2. The house lights come on, but please do not leave your seats. It's a part of play setup. It'll all be revealed as it goes on. I'm just telling you that there is a break. The lights will come on briefly for a while, and then they will go again. So there is no... The break is after an hour, or the interval, is after an hour and 15 minutes. There is some special effects in the form of strobe lighting. So anybody that has a problem with that, I'm telling you here now that there is strobe lighting used during the show. Hopefully it won't affect anybody within the audience. During the interval, teas and coffees will be served in the lounge here on my left and out in the foyer that you all come in through. They are courtesy of Corrigan's Londis, but obviously there's no such thing as a free lunch around here, and we will be selling tickets during the interval. Right, as this is the last night, I'm just going to take you through the running order so that everyone is au fait with what's going on. As on previous nights, we will have the raffle. So first and foremost, we will have a presentation to the director of tonight's show on the stage from our sponsor. Then we will have the raffle, and then I will hand you over to Patrick Sutton for his adjudication of tonight's show. As soon as that's finished, we're changing direction. We're moving up to Sean Oakes for the final adjudication and the presentation of awards. This is something we've never done before. It's something we're trying out, and I think you'll enjoy it. I think it'll work out nicely. But what I do ask is that there is a half-hour interval where we're holding seats above in Sean Oakes for people that are in the auditorium tonight, that you have your green bands. They are going to become very valuable later on, okay? But I will stress it's only for half an hour, because there are other people that have been in previous shows and they haven't been lucky enough to get tickets for tonight's show, and they are wanting to get into the final adjudication as well. So there is a half-hour window. We have a bus laid on to get people up there, or if you're energetic and young enough or feel like walking, it's only a brisk walk up the road, but there is a half-hour window to get there, and after that, all bets are off, I'm afraid. So I don't say you haven't been warned. That's all I'm saying. Okay, right, folks. After all that, I'm going to hand you over to Phoenix Players Tubbacurry, all the way from Tubbacurry and Sligo, with their presentation of Play On by Rick Abbott. Sit back and enjoy. Thank you.
told them. Oh, all we need now is someone to break a leg.
Where are players?
They're half stage. They're going over the lines. Do you want them?
Of course I want them. Only 3 days till dress rehearsal. We've got to get this show moving.
Okay, calm down. On stage, everybody, quickly! Come on, let's get on with this. Come on, clear the plan.
Louise, don't you have any work to do? This is everybody.
Oh, I didn't mean you!
Well, I'm somebody. Everybody in the play, Louise. But why didn't you say so? Now is everybody here? Not counting Louise. I know, Violet, I know. Can we get on with the rehearsal?
Does she have to do that now?
Louise, what? Do you have to do that now? Do you want this or no more, don't you? Is there anything else you can work on? Yeah, right, okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's take the act from the top of that tree. We've wasted enough time already.
I've been here for half an hour already.
Who hasn't?
Sorry I was late. We only have one car. Frank had to work late. And
Oh, you should have called me. I go right by your place, Julie.
Sol picks me up for every rehearsal.
Does Margie know that? Ah, come on, Billy. Can't have Smithy coming by bicycle after dark.
Can we have these charming conversations later? We've got to get this show rehearsed.
That's what I've been saying all along. Haven't I, Henry?
Yes, dear.
Holly, we're all as anxious as you are. This is the first play by a new author. We want to do it justice.
Justice tempered with mercy.
I happen to think it's a lovely play.
Sure, you've got the fattest part.
How dare you?
Darling, he means you have the most line.
Oh, I know very well what he meant.
Might I remind you that the author will be here at dress rehearsal, and we still haven't learned the third act. And what about those scripts? We should have been off book 2 weeks ago.
I know my lines.
And I know mine.
What about the rest of you?
She may come in.
As soon as I give the signal. Okay, everybody. Top of Act 3. Curtain. Ah, Lord Dudley, you give the most. Louise! What? Leave the damn curtain alone. That was for the players. We're starting the act, not ending it. Well, I was only doing my job. That's fine, Louise. Now leave it alone, please, okay? Yeah, right, fine, my way. From the top again. Now! Yes, now! Ah, Lord Dudley, you give the most charming parties in the whole of England.
You are too kind, Diana. A pity Sir Percival could not be here.
Do you know? I'm worried about Percival. He's never accepted an invitation to one of our parties and not shown up if he's not without sending word.
Oh, is that me?
Billy! Billy, I thought you knew your lines.
No, I do. I just forgot where I'm supposed to say them, like.
Oh, I can't stand this. He's doing this on purpose. I know he is.
Sit down, Polly. Billy, take it back a line and start again. Whose line is it?
It's Polly's.
And what are you still doing on the stage?
Well, if I stay in the wings, I can't hear them.
Well, if you heard them, why didn't you throw Billy his cue?
Because you told me not to feed them the lines unless they ask for them. And anyway, I thought he was pausing before speaking.
All right, now get the hell off stage, Aggie. Oh, take it from the top again.
I'm sick of this.
Do we have to?
Yes!
You don't have to yet.
That's what you can! Now, shall we begin once again? From the top. Violet, go ahead.
Ah, Lord Dudley, you give the most charming parties in the whole of England.
You are too kind, Diana. A pity Sir Percival could not be here.
Do you know? I'm worried about Percival. He's never accepted an invitation come to. No, I mean, no. He's never accepted an invitation to one of our parties and not shown up, at least not without sending word.
But Lady Margaret, he might have had motor trouble.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he hasn't hasn't had an accident.
No. He hasn't had an accident.
That's what I said.
No, you said he hasn't had an accident, as if someone else did.
Or should we take it from the top?
Oh, damn it.
Come on, Violet.
Okay. I do hope he hasn't had an accident. These roads can be treacherous at night.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but should we delay dinner any longer?
No, I think not. Can't wait for Percival forever. Shall we, my dear?
I suppose so. But shouldn't somebody call Percival's flat and ascertain the reason for his absence?
Do you know, that might be a sounding here. There is something distinctly odd about all of this.
All of what, Billy?
Oh, Violet, you did it again.
Oh, you called me by my own name.
I'm Stephen Sellers, and you're Diana Lassiter. Is that so hard to remember?
Billy, do you mind?
What?
Sorry, Jerry.
Take it back to Valentine. All of what, Stephen?
Line.
That business about Percival.
Oh, yeah, I got it.
This business about Percival and the necklace.
He did say he was bringing it tonight, Lady Margaret.
Well, actually, I never spoke with him directly, but there was a message delivered this morning in the post.
What, on St. Swithin's Day?
By Jove, never thought of that. Margaret, are you certain about that message?
Why, come to think of it, no.
You didn't receive a message.
I did, but now I'm not sure if it actually were from Percival.
I should very much like to see that telegram.
No, you skipped the lines.
Oh, right, yeah, sorry, of course. Oh, yeah, I got it. But it did come by post.
I assumed it had.
Assumed? You mean you didn't actually see it?
Why, no.
Then how do you know its content? Content.
Why, Dr. Forbes told me what it had said.
Is there any reason I shouldn't have? No, of course not, old chap. Only if there was no delivery of the post today, then how? It was not a letter, it was a telegram.
Now you say that line, the one you skipped before.
I should very much like to see that cablegram.
Telegram.
Oh, hell! What difference does it make?
None. But if Saul says telegram, you say telegram.
What do you mean if? I always say telegram.
Oh, I don't give a hoot in hell who says what. Can't we get on with this disaster?
If we could get through this thing once, we could start polishing our parts.
And when are we going to get the real furniture? These chairs are painful to work on.
To help you polish your part.
There, he's at it again.
Saul, will you stop with the jokes? I'm walking down to work.
I was just trying to ease the tension.
Your jokes about polling your cause in the kitchen.
All right, no more jokes. Now, can we please get back to the play?
Louise! We're about to start working.
Well, why didn't you say so? I'm going to go and make some coffee.
Fine. Pick it up at Billy's line.
I should very much like to see that telegram.
Well, as a matter of fact, I don't have it. The message was phoned from the telegraph office.
Doris, have there been any telephone messages this evening?
I see here, you insolent young pup. Are you doubting my word?
Of course he isn't, Rex. Stephen, you should apologize to Dr. Forbes.
Oh, I shall, as soon as Doris answers my question.
What the hell was that?
Eloise dropped the coffee cup.
She didn't want it out of my hand.
Like hell I didn't.
I don't think so.
She bent one of the spoons.
That was the
Here, Papa.
You are please.
You're right. See. Come on, yourself.
Pick it up, go get that shawl.
No, sir.
Huh?
I said.
Oh, no, I know what you said. I just want to
Back to Billy's line starting.
I shall, as soon as Doris answers my question.
No, sir.
What? Are you quite sure?
The telephone has been out of order since this afternoon. Mum?
No, wait, Billy. That's short for madam. It doesn't mean the telephone has been keeping mum.
Oh, I see. Out of order since this this afternoon, Mum.
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Ford?
So that's your cue.
Didn't we skip a page? This part's coming too early.
Aggie,
Oh, wait a minute. I'm trying to find the place. What page are you on?
I don't have my script with me. I'm so anxious to get the car, and as soon as Frank came in, I just took off without it.
Well, Saul's right. You go right from page 3.2 to page 3.4. Has anyone got a complete script?
Yeah, I got it. Page 3.3. Saul is right. We skipped the whole bit about the diamond necklace.
And how come I don't do that page?
Oh, maybe I miscounted when I was doing the full copy. Has everybody else? Has everybody else got that page?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should just go back and do that bit we missed.
Oh, and how can I follow without the script?
Oh, here, take my script. I got the lines down cold. If I ever get the chance to say them. Oh, hey, see, when we stop, I've got a question.
Oh, what?
It's about the play's title. Isn't that Steve from something else? Like an old Agatha Christie movie? I think it was.
Oh, I don't think Phyllis Montague would steal a title, Billy.
There's no way she could. You can't copyright a title, it's the law. There just aren't enough words to go around to name things. Well, even if that's true, what about the advertising of our show? So some people think this is by Agatha Christie.
So much the better for our box office.
And it is a murder in the street, so that no one gets hurt.
Doesn't sound like much of a murder mystery if no one gets hurt.
I got the person that got pumped out by Dr. Ford.
Hold it all. Did we come here tonight to rehearse or to discuss originality versus plagiarism?
Jury's right. Let's get back to work. Sorry I interrupted.
Well, which line will we go back to?
Yeah, where does the necklace come in anyhow?
Oh, I see what happened. Smitty, you came in too early.
I did? I thought I was supposed to enter in the file. It says the line about the treacherous roads.
You are almost right. It's after she says the line about the lecturer's toads.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry, but it sounds about the same.
Phyllis Montague fancies herself a poet.
She is a poet, a rare talent, and a great writer.
Would you say that if she had you playing a mute?
Now see here!
Stop it, all of you! Listen, Smitty, this is important. You mustn't take your cues from the words alone. Pay attention to the plot. Then you know when you're supposed to enter. Even if Violet gets the line wrong, don't you see?
I didn't say the line wrong.
You didn't say it at all.
Well, how come it Smitty came in early?
All right, that's enough. Do your arguing in your own time.
The coffee's ready!
Well, finally, I could use a call.
Oh, but we've barely gotten started.
Listen, maybe a break is a good idea. We'll all have a cup, and then we'll take this thing from the top and get it right.
Now you're talking.
Aggie, don't go yet. I want to talk to you. I'm getting very worried about progress.
What progress?
I know what you mean. We've never been this far behind on a show.
It's not your fault, Jerry. We never had the illustrious author in our hair before. And if Phyllis didn't keep rewriting that damn script while the cast are trying to learn the
Oh,
lines.
she's promised not to make any more changes, Aggie.
And what do you think? That she won't turn up here again tomorrow night and another 7 new pages?
Oh, don't, Aggie. They haven't learned the last batch of rewrites yet.
Well, small wonder, while Polly keeps inviting Phyllis to dinner and getting her part fattened. It's almost as big as she is now.
Don't you start with the fat jokes, Aggie. I'm having enough trouble with Saul.
Well, if Polly had her way, this play would be a one-woman monologue.
At least Phyllis is letting us do the play free.
Well, naturally, nobody would pay money to do it, would they?
Be fair, Aggie. It's not that bad.
I know, but if Polly keeps having her part.
She won't. I have to put my foot down. Only 3 days to dress rehearsal. We'll be looking to learn the lines we've got.
I know, but you have to admit, some of the mistakes tonight were better than the original lines. And you know what? If you leave the cast alone, this play could be a riot.
Aggie, Murder Most Foul is not a comedy. Phyllis Montague would scream if she heard the audience laughing at it. She'd pass right out on the floor.
Oh, well, you better have the smelling salts handy for the opening night, so.
Aggie! Is there anything left in the pot?
Not if you're lucky.
I heard that, Saul Watson.
Let it be a lesson to you.
I hope we get this accident tonight. 3 days to dress rehearsal and we haven't even had a full run.
Thank your friend Phyllis for that. You mustn't blame Phyllis, Billy. She's simply a perfectionist.
If she wasn't satisfied with the script, why did she submit it?
If we picked some other show, she'd have had to wait till next year to get it done.
Why couldn't we do it at our next show?
Yeah, well, we've got our audience preconditioned.
Brainwashed, more like it.
That's putting it rather strongly, Saul.
That's the unvarnished truth. We never vary, season after season. We do a mystery, a comedy, a drama, and a musical. In that order, without fail.
Yes, but why?
We started the theatre that way and it got to be a habit for us and our patrons.
But what would be the harm if we mixed it up?
It would confuse people. The comedy fans would come to the drama and laugh at all the tragic moments. And the musical fans would start beating time to the comedy.
Our stop during the mystery.
And they might still do that.
Maggie, whose side are you on anyway?
Well, I'm on the side of sanity. And I tell you, it doesn't do me much good around here.
Well, I'm all set. Anybody else ready to give it a go?
Oh, relax, Saul. We're all much too tense. Why do we keep snapping at each other the way we do? This close to opening and we're usually kidding around and having a marvelous time.
Well, if you want my opinion, we're running scared.
Scared of what?
In our own way, Smithy, we're just as perfection-oriented as our author. We want the show to be a smash, not a smash up.
Amen.
Oh, we'll get it. Somehow, no matter how often the show is in rehearsal, we always manage to bring it off.
That's with a printed script, Holly. This typewritten stuff is all very fine, but it's all these rewrites that are killing us.
Well, Phyllis gave her solemn words.
That's the only kind of word she knows. I bet she's never giggled in her life.
And she promised the same thing last week, Polly. Then showed up on Monday with 3 new scenes.
I wish she wouldn't keep changing the identity of the murderer. I never know whether to radiate menace or charm the pants off everyone.
Well, you won't do either, just standing there. Come on, let's see if we can get this thing through the curtain without stopping.
We'd better. I've got to get home and study for a biology exam.
Wait, Smithy. Jerry, are we taking it from the top or where?
Why don't we take it from biology? Where Smitty made arrangements too early and do that bit we missed.
I can't remember what my line is.
Aggie, throw her a cue.
Oh, wait a minute, wait till I find the place. Oh yeah, I found it. Billy, Violet, I'll feed you Billy's line, and then you start.
Okay.
Oh, but Lady Margaret, he might have had motor trouble.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he hasn't had a... No, wait, I'll get it. I'll get it.
I certainly hope so.
Quiet, Polly. Go on, Violet.
I do hope he hasn't had an accident. These roads can be treacherous at night.
Is that where I come in?
No! That was treacherous. Wait for lecherous.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Well, who does have the next line?
It's Polly's.
What?
It's your line.
Oh, oh, no,
It's
don't tell me. I'll get it.
I certainly hope so.
I have it. Violet, would you?
Roads can be treacherous at night.
Don't say such a thing. It would make one think that perhaps there was some truth after all in that story about the curse.
Nonsense, my dear. There's no such thing as a curse.
And yet, everyone who has ever owned the Delhi Diamond. Jerry, does it have to be called that? That sounds like it comes from a delicatessen.
That's because you're not pronouncing the H, Billy. It's Delhi, not Delhi.
No, Polly, that H is silent. It is pronounced Delhi.
Can't we please go on? I've got to study for that exam.
No, wait a minute, Smitty. Billy does have a point. It does sound like it belongs next to the salami. It looks okay when you read it in the script, but it sounds just plain silly.
Let's call it the Calcutta Diamond.
But we can't do that. Phyllis Montague told me that she particularly chose that name for its lovely alliteration. Delhi Diamond.
All right, well, we'll alliterate it. We call it the Calcutta Carbuncle.
Carbuncle!
Yeah, it's a big stone, like a ruby, a garnet cut. What do you call it? A cabotion.
Well, it sounds like a big zit.
So do you.
Stop it, Saul. There must be some other gem we can use.
But you mustn't tamper with Phyllis's dialogue. You know, she won't like it.
She'd like it a lot less if our Delhi Diamond gets a laugh.
Jerry's right, dear. We should have a different name for it.
Oh, well, I
Hey, I've got it.
let's call it the Rancher Ruby.
Hey, I like that. It's got class.
But whatever will we tell Phyllis?
Tell her she rewrote it that way. She's made so many revisions, she'll probably believe it.
Let's hope so. Meanwhile, children, can we return to the play?
Where was I?
Oh, Jerry, will I write in that change?
You have a pencil in your pocket.
All right, okay. Oh, how do you spell Rancher?
KMH! No one has to read it but you. Billy, go ahead with your line. It's the one right after Lord Dudley stops at the curse.
Yeah. And yet, everyone who has ever owned the Rancher Ruby has always met with a dreadful demise.
Oh, that's it. I knew there was a reason for Phyllis's words. It's double alliteration. Day, diamond, and dreadful demise.
Who gives a damn?
Now see here, you can't talk to my wife like that.
Hey! For once, I agree with Saul. Who gives a damn? Go ahead with your line.
And yet, everyone who has ever owned the Rancher Ruby has always met with a rotten requiem.
Come on, Billy. You sound like an elocution teacher.
So does Phyllis Montague.
Now really,
You're double illiterate, stop it! Don't, Billy. Leave the lines ending at with, please.
Right. It's always met with a dreadful demise.
Oh, my life. But Percival doesn't own the ruby. Who doesn't own the ruby anymore? Not since he sold it to Lord Dudley for Lady Margaret's collection.
Nevertheless, Percival did own it, and that might be enough.
See here, Dr. Forbes, you are a man of science. Surely you don't believe in curses.
I only know there are strange things in the history of India, things which defy rational explanation.
Nonsense. Sheer poppycock. Superstitious drivel.
Quite possibly, Lord Dudley. And yet, where is Sir Percival?
Frankly, I'm glad he's not here.
why Diana, what a thing to say.
I mean it. Sir Percival is no gentleman.
Here now, what are you saying?
When he looks at me, I feel as though his hands were moving all over my body.
But he is a knight of the realm.
He is a disgusting toad, and such toads can be lecherous at night.
Begging your pardon, my lord, but should we delay dinner any longer?
Louise! What are you doing?
Walter, isn't that where the phone rings? Oh, wait. Oh, I've turned 2 pages at once. Oh, I'm sorry about that. Sorry, she says. What if she does that during a performance?
She won't, Polly, she won't. Louise, you've got to be more careful.
Look on the bright side. Now we know the phone bell works. Oh, that woman. I could
No, you
kill her.
couldn't. You know Louise has a black belt in karate.
And what makes you think that I haven't?
They only go up to size 44.
That doesn't. I'm through.
Honey, you mustn't be too hasty about this.
I was only kidding. I gotta go apologize.
Now what are we going to do?
You can't work around her. She's got herself in every damn scene in the play.
Oh, hey, not the love scene in that too. Maybe we could do that.
Can't we wait till we have a real sofa? Those chairs are awfully hard to cuddle on.
I mean, when do we get that sofa?
And we should have had it 2 days ago.
Could you call and find out?
Well, I could try.
Jerry, do you want to have a look at this corridor wall back here?
Yes, I'd better. I get very worried about those braces.
Yeah, you know, you and me both. I've got 6 2x4s and the damn thing is still flaps like a sail.
Well, I guess I'll go get the old biology book.
You have it here.
Oh my gosh, all the time I spent waiting to make my entrance, I could study for 3 exams.
Well, Violet, what do you say?
Oh, all right.
Ready when you are.
Hey, Diana. I was seeking Lady Moore.
Lady Margaret is cutting roses in the garden, Stephen. She may not return for some time.
I see. Would you mind if I waited for her? Yeah.
Naturally not.
Might I sit?
If you are so inclined.
Diana,
Yes, Stephen?
would you take offense if I were to...
Stephen, what are you trying to say?
Well, dash it all, Diana. Must we play at words? You know the message that long to cry out from within my heart.
Is it possible? Do I dare for a moment imagine that the message in your heart is the self-same message that cries out from within my own?
Diana, do you mean? Do I dare to dream?
Have a care, sir, have a care. You know I am betrothed to another man.
And yet, you do not draw away.
Oh, Stephen, can you not reason out why?
I am almost afraid to.
Then cease your noble trepidation, Stephen Sellers. For although I am a high-born lady, I am also a woman.
Oh, Diana!
Oh, Stephen, if Dr. Ford should come upon us.
And your illustrious fiancé, he shall not have you. Oh, Diana!
Oh, Stephen!
Oh, Diana!
Oh, Billy!
Oh, Violet.
Oh, Billy!
No wonder you wanted a real sofa.
Now, Louise!
I didn't say a thing, not a thing.
Oh, Billy, do you think she suspects?
Sure, could she? I didn't suspect myself to just a moment.
Oh, darling, neither did I. Oh, Billy, that sounds like Miss Montague.
Tonight, she promised not to come back to dress for her.
Did you all hear what I heard? It sounded like Phyllis.
Probably with 5 new pages of dialogue for you.
Now, Saul, I've already accepted one apology from you tonight. Do you want to have to make another?
Sorry, Polly.
How are you all, Phyllis? We weren't expecting you, at least not tonight. Oh, I know I'm being a naughty girl, Gertie, but I had so many new and good things to share with you all. I simply couldn't wait until the dress rehearsal.
Well, that's a mercy.
Phyllis, more changes. We open in 4 nights. That's why I decided not to wait till the dress rehearsal to stop by. This would have been much too much to have to learn in just 1 night.
What makes you think we can do it in 3?
Don't be a tease, Henry. It's all really very simple. I've simply added just 1 extra character and cut the love scene. Cut the love scene! Oh dear, perhaps I'm putting it too strongly. It's not precisely cut. Just cut out of Act 2 and move back to Act 1.
Oh, that's not so bad. So,
Except it's no longer between Diana and Stephen. And between who else?
The Lord and Lily are already married.
You can't mean the doctor and the maid, can you?
Dear, perhaps I'm not making it clear. Diana still plays the scene, but now it's with Sir Percival. What? But Phyllis,
How can you do such a thing? Come on.
oh well, I got to thinking that perhaps a knight of the realm was a better catch for Diana than a mere rich conner like Stephen.
Phyllis, I didn't say why. I says, how can you do such a thing? We don't have a Sir Percival in the play.
Everyone refers to him all the time, but he never actually appears.
Besides, it's kind of rough on Diana if you make that switch, considering I bump off Percival before I show up at the house.
You do?
Phyllis, don't you even remember your own plot?
Yes, but I don't recall a murder. Show me where it says so.
we never actually see it done. But once we find out that Percival has vanished, and Rex has the famous gemstone Percival was bringing to this party, we figure out who killed him. See?
Murder. I never thought of it as murder. I thought perhaps, well, Rex picks Percival's pocket and perhaps drains all the petrol from the tank of his car to keep him from the party. After all, murder is so
Popular with our patrons, and we are advertising it as a murder mystery.
And we do open in 4 nights, Phyllis, for Pete's sake. We don't have time to audition Percival's.
But I've written you all the loveliest new lines. Won't you at least have a look at them? I'm pregnant! I mean, Diana is. Oh. That's on the 3rd sheet.
Lord Dudley.
Henry?
Polly, don't be an idiot.
Oh, yes, of course. But it was a bit of a shock.
This is crazy, Phyllis. How can Dougie be the father when he and Diana have only just met?
That's on the 5th sheet. Amnesia. Yes, because that explains why he doesn't remember their meeting.
But if she's carrying his child, Diana must remember something.
No, that's explained on page 7. You see, it was a very dark night.
Phyllis, this is totally impossible. The entire thrust of the plot has been altered. Everyone has a brand new motivation for what they do.
But surely with a little work.
Yeah, in the next 4 days.
We couldn't do it in 4 months.
I've worked so hard.
And we haven't. Phyllis, it's far too late to make these changes now.
But there's such little changes.
Oh, little. What about the ending? If Stephen is going to marry Diana, would her pregnancy kind of put a crimp in the festivities?
Well, I'm working on that.
Phyllis, you want more changes. Have you any idea how difficult it is to do a play, even one that doesn't change direction every 3 days? This script should have been finalized 3 weeks ago.
What's this? Lady Margaret goes into shock at the news of Diana's pregnancy and loses the power of speech.
Really? Say, maybe this version's not so bad after all.
And what about my mother?
What about your mother?
Well, when I first tried out for the part, my mother insisted on looking over the script because she didn't want me in a play full of sex. If Diana's pregnant, I'd have to quit the show.
But she's only 2 months pregnant. I mean, it's not going to show.
Mother thinks it.
Well, if you'd all rather not do my little play, then I'll hold it right there, Phyllis. We all appreciate the chance to do a play for which we do not have to pay royalties. In fact, doing this play of yours will put the theatre budget in the black for the first time in 6 months. However, when the play reading committee agreed to do your play, it was on the basis of the original script. Now that play we promised to do, and we will, but all this new stuff has nothing to do with that agreement. Are you telling me now you feel free to reject my play? Not the play as first submitted, Phyllis. In fact, we'll even allow all the changes you've already made, but this last batch is just too much. Do you have the authority to speak for the entire committee? No. But when I tell them it's either the first version or no version, I'll have the unanimous backing. Dear Geraldine, if you really feel strongly about this matter, Polly, what do you feel about it?
Oh, yeah. Well, it is rather close to opening night now, Phyllis, and well.
Remember, she cut all your speeches.
And with Jerry.
Me too.
Yeah, you bet.
Right on.
I agree.
Thanks anyway.
Nice try.
Sorry, Phyllis. All right. Go ahead and do the original version. But if the show's reviews turn out to be a box office disaster, well,
We'll all remember who wrote the original.
do you think maybe we were a little rough on her?
She did take it rather hard.
She said once at dinner that she looked upon that play as her child.
The only offspring she'll ever have.
And when she tried to make that child a little prettier.
Oh dear, I wish I hadn't put it like that.
Jerry, don't be a sap. Phyllis wasn't trying to make her child prettier. She was giving it an extra head.
You're right. Let's leave the kid alone and learn to love him as he is.
I know you're talking.
Ah, come on! You came here to rehearse. Now let's rehearse.
Yeah, I'll give you all to the count of 3. And if I don't hear some snappy dialogue, you know what? I'm picking up that hammer again.
And I'm holding in.
And I'm going for another cup of coffee, so pick up those long faces and get back into character.
Let me take it from the top.
None of you want to get out of here before dawn. We'll take from Saul's line about the telegraph office.
Well, as a matter of fact, I don't have it. The message was phoned from the telegraph office.
Doris, have there been any messages from the telephone?
See here, you insolent young punk. Are you doubting my word?
Of course he isn't, Rex. Stephen, you should apologize to Dr. Forbes.
Oh, I shall, as soon as Doris answers my question.
No, sir.
What? Are you quite sure?
The telephone has been out of order since this afternoon, Mum.
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Ford?
Does that answer your question?
Stephen, I believe you owe Dr. Forbes an apology.
You had best answer that, Doris, or we'll owe the caller an apology too.
Yes, sir. Hello? Why, yes, he is. Just a moment. It's for you, sir.
Who is it, Doris?
Sir Percival.
It can't be. I mean, yes, Doctor, exactly what do you mean?
Hello? What? Oh, yes, I see. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Why, Dudley, you look so strange. What did Percival say?
Excuse me just a moment.
Did we do something wrong?
No, of course not. I just wanted to see what you were all doing when the phone rang. We'll just take it back a few lines.
Oh, Jerry, now it's a long way to get
It
into that.
won't take long. Just a Smitty's line about the telephone.
The telephone has been out of order since this afternoon, Mum.
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Ford?
Louise!
Sorry, I forgot to wind that thing back. Hang on. Now,
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Ford?
oh, wrong place. Sorry, I get it.
And only 4 more days to open night.
think they're using wigs?
I've seen the wigs. I just want to see how they look wearing them.
Well, I'll go tell them.
What do you think of the wall, Jerry?
Well, it looks okay on this side, but how much space is to move around behind it?
Well, if everyone is careful, they have 2 inches clearance. Except for Polly.
How is she going to get from the garden to the props table for those roses?
Oh, she doesn't have to. I told her I was keeping them on that side of the stage. I told her that it was to simplify things. Now, I didn't tell her what I was simplifying it for.
That's good thinking. We've got to keep her in a happy mood. She nearly walked out again last night thanks to Saul Watts.
And now you'll have to admit he was funny.
Yes, but his sense of humour cost us a half an hour. At least I got him to swear that he'd say that Lady Margaret is off to have a word with Lord Dudley, not chew the fat with her.
How do you know if he behaves himself in rehearsal? What is he going to do when the show's performance?
When I think about it, I'm having nightmares already.
Well, I don't know how you can sleep at all. Anyway, tomorrow night it'll be out of your hands. And all you can do is stand in the wings and pray, because there's nowhere for you to kneel.
Maybe I'll just spend opening night in some cozy bar in another town.
Well, hey, what do you think of this thing, Jerry? It looks real, doesn't it?
That certainly does. You know, it was very kind of Phyllis to lend us that for the show. Costume jewellery that good is awfully expensive.
Yeah. Have you figured out yet what we're going to tell Phyllis about the Central Stone? You know, we still haven't told her that we've mixed her Derry diamond. And how could you pass that thing off as a ruby?
Well, as a matter of fact, Billy came up with a solution to that.
Yeah?
From now on, it's known as the White Ruby of Branchport.
Is there such a thing as a white ruby?
There is now. Oh, Louise, please take care of that between performances. We wouldn't want it to get misplaced or stolen.
Don't worry. You know, I figured this necklace is going to be our race in the hole. Phyllis would preoccupy herself worrying about it instead of the play.
And you know, there's something to that, all right?
Louise, you know, I feel a lot easier if that's safe at the back to it. Well, someone could just tiptoe up behind that flat and pick that necklace right up.
Well, I could nail one on, I suppose, but I'd have to take the safe down first, and that'd mean repainting that flat.
Why would you have to take it down?
Because if I hammer on the back and if the front is where it is now, the whole thing will fall loose and it'll fall on the stage.
I'll tell you what, I do nothing except Prompton once the play starts. Why don't I hold on to it? And then I can hand it to Saul when he reaches into the safe to get it.
Oh, would you mind, Aggie? You set my mind at rest.
That's just no trouble at all.
Well, you better practice it then, because tonight's your only chance before they open it.
Ah, easy as pie. Sure, the practice can't hurt.
Oh, Phyllis, are you ready for this mob yet?
Yes, if they're all in costume.
Well, if they're not, it's their own tough look. Hey, come on, everybody on stage! Come on, body, ready?
We must get on with this one.
Line up at the front of the stage. I want to see how you all look. Costumes seem to fit all right.
Mine seems just a little bit small for me.
I never said a word.
Better not.
Now, be fair, Polly. It's one thing if he picks on you, but if you're going to blow up every time you think he might say something.
Oh, I suppose so. I'm sorry, Saul. It's just rehearsal jitters, I guess.
No problem.
Good. Now, turn around, all of you, slowly. I want to see how you look at the back. Yes, you all look fine. Oh, wait a minute, Violet. Why aren't you wearing a bustle like Polly?
What? I'm not wearing a bustle.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry?
Violet, why aren't you wearing that wig? It's too big. Let me show you. See? I look like an English sheepdog. Couldn't you pad it or tuck it in or something? I think it's fine right now. Fine. Well, you're all going to look just fine. Let's see how well you can act.
Okay, positions got your wish.
Yeah, in spades.
Geraldine, I have the most dreadful news. We're going to have to change the name of my play.
We can't, Phyllis. The publicity's all been printed. The programs have been printed.
Oh, but we must. I've just discovered there's a movie with the same title, Murder Most Foul.
Phyllis, I don't think anybody in the audience is likely to be confused. They can see this isn't a movie.
That's right. In a movie, no one forgets their lines.
Don't say things like that, son. I'm having enough trouble already.
I do hope you're joking, Marla.
Who? Oh, I almost got your real name there, Smith.
No one ever uses it except my mother.
And Phyllis.
I think nicknames are so vulgar, don't you, Saul?
I'm the wrong guy to ask, Phil.
Phyllis, I'm so glad you're here tonight because you can be such a great help to us.
Really? How?
You can listen to the lines and make sure everyone's saying them properly.
Oh,
And where does that leave me?
I didn't mean the words exactly, just the subtle nuances of their interpretation.
Really? The ones you forgot to tell me marked down, is it?
Yes.
shall I sit out there beside you?
No! That is I make notes all the time during rehearsal. I might distract you.
Louise!
Yeah?
Have you got a chair for our playwright back there?
Yeah, if you got a duster.
This is thrilling, simply thrilling.
Have you got any other nice little surprises for us? I can use a thrill right now.
It'll be all right, so don't lose your temper.
What the hell are nuance?
Oh, don't ask. Just grit your teeth and pray you've got them.
I thought you said we were going to have a full run through without any interruptions. But with Phyllis back there listening for nuances.
Cheer up. Maybe Louise will drop a sandbag on her.
I'm ready! Louise! Yeah? Close the curtains and we'll start. Okay. And do you want it with the music too? Of course, Louise. Everything exactly like the performance. Okay, right.
Everybody, hold your places during the music.
I'm asking to the curtain rifle. I don't have a place.
And quiet.
You're lucky.
Quiet, please.
The house lights. Louise, dim the house lights. Oh, yeah, will do. That's fine, Louise. Now do it exactly like that at the opening, just after the music starts. Yeah, will do. Right, gotcha.
No, Dudley. Will there be anyone in dinner tonight besides Sir Percival, the famous archaeologist, Dr. Rex Forbes, the famous scientist, and Stephen Sellers, the famous millionaire?
Other than myself and my wife, Lady Margaret, and the lovely socialite, Diana Lassiter here. No, Doris.
That's what I thought.
I say, Diana, have you yet located that book on famous jewels of India that I told you must be there on the shelf?
Ah, yes, sir. Here it is. Oh, I say, Lord Dudley, you didn't tell me there was a curse on the famous white ruby of Ranchipur. The what? It's all right, Phyllis, it's all right.
But that's supposed to be the Delhi diamond.
We had to change it.
For what possible reason?
It looks silly next to the salami.
Not salami. There's no salami in my play. We just wanted to keep it that way.
I beg your pardon?
Phyllis, trust me. Please, go back off the stage and I will explain the change to you. But please, Phyllis, we open tomorrow night. Very well, very well. Go ahead with the show, people.
From the top. I already put the feather duster away.
No, from where we broke.
All right. Would you, Violet?
The famous white ruby of Ranchipur.
Fiddlesticks, a lot of hogwash, and damn superstitious rot.
But the book distinctly says that Lord Clyde Fortescue, the first owner of the white ruby of Ranchipur. Jerry, can I just say ruby? I hate to have to say
Yes, just go on.
distinctly says that Lord Clyde Fortescue, the first owner of the ruby, was
morning, and I'm fine.
Lord Dudley, is anything wrong?
No, nothing. Just one of my beastly attacks.
How long have you had them?
Since this morning.
You don't suppose?
Ridiculous. Sheer coincidence. Merest chance.
Dr. Fulton to see you, Lord Dudley.
Oh, it is your fiancée, Diana. That's a pretty dumb line, isn't it? She knows he's her fiancé.
The audience doesn't.
Why don't I just wear a signboard?
Oh, now really, Saul, will you all just stop your gabbing and get on with the play? It's far too late to make alterations now.
Oh, all right. It is your fiancé, Diana.
Yes, being engaged to the world-famous scientist has made me the envy of all the girls in England.
Ah, but a lovely belle such as you deserves to have a ring.
Speaking of dumb lines. That line is supposed to be light-hearted. The merriment provides emotional contrast with the atmosphere of terror.
Well, that's the general atmosphere, all right.
Will you all?
Yes, yes, yes. You flatter me, Lord Dudley.
Doris, will you show the gentleman in?
At once, my lord.
Lord Dudley? Diana.
I'm sure you young people will want to be alone. I'll just toddle off to my room and putter about.
That's the wrong exit, Henry. That goes to the kitchen and the maid's quarters.
Oh, that's right. Of course, she's quite a good-looking maid.
Henry!
Only joking, dear.
You mean I'm not good looking?
Henry, just finish your line and go.
So I've got a line first. I have.
All right. Really, Lord Dudley, you needn't go.
Nonsense. I was once in love myself.
Why does he say that in the past tense?
Holly, please.
Sorry.
My dearest darling,
My sweet.
my darling, I have a little surprise. Oh, damn.
What's the matter?
Forgot the stupid necklace. Aggie!
Here. Sorry, Saul.
Aggie, a stage manager, you're supposed to make sure that everyone has all the props they need on stage.
I know. But Phyllis was back there talking about nuances. I completely missed Saul's entrance.
Phyllis, you really mustn't chat backstage when people have work to do.
I do apologize, Geraldine. I forgot that Agnes had things to do.
All my fault for not reminding her. Agnes, for Christ's sake.
Picking up from where we left off.
Good a spot as any.
My darling, I have a little surprise. The white ruby of Rancham.
Oh, how incredibly lovely it is. Might I try it on?
Not afraid of the curse?
Well, not very. May I, please?
Certainly. You shall. Here, allow me. It is lovely. In such a lovely setting.
Oh, Rex, what a thing to say.
I cannot decide which is lovelier. You or that fabulous gem.
I simply must see myself in it. Let me go find a mirror.
Diana! That necklace! How dare you? Take it off at once!
Lady Margaret, I was only...
Take it off, I say, this instant!
Oh, here now, Lady Margaret, there's surely no harm done.
No harm, you say? How could you endanger the life of this dear girl and your own dear fiancé?
Oh, Lady Margaret, I don't believe in that silly curse. After all, this is the 20th century.
Diana? Are you all right?
Oh, yes. It was just momentary. The ruin seemed to dip. My head started to spin. But I'm quite all right now.
Oh, I shall put this where it can do no more harm.
Aren't you being silly, Lady Margaret?
Perhaps I am, but it is better to be safe than sorry.
Should you not at least wait until Lord Dudley has seen his newest possession?
He shall see it in good time, when I feel brave enough to wear it. And don't you forget, he purchased it for me. So in actuality, it is mine to do with as I choose. Oh, damn! I pushed it in too far.
Do you mean to say there's no back on that thing?
Oh, my fault. I should be there to correct it.
Aggie, I hope you're making notes of all these things.
I am. I just keep forgetting to read them.
Oh, we'll never be ready by tomorrow night. Never! We're here almost an hour. We haven't even gone halfway through the first act yet.
And we've only had 2 rehearsals of the third, and that's the most important act of the show.
Aggie's right. That's the act we're all really panicking about.
Can we just do that act now? It's hard to do everything else that comes before, but that act hanging over our heads. I'm sure we've got
All right, anything to get this show nailed down. We'll do the third act, and then we get our confidence, and then we run on 3 acts as fast as we can.
How long will that take? Oh, my mother doesn't like me out too late in the school night, and I just barely passed that biology exam.
Sooner we start, the sooner we finish. Come on, let's get moving.
You want to put the curtain too?
Not now, Louise. We'll wait till we're running the entire show.
Okay, hold on a second. I have to find the right spot on my
Give
tape.
nothing to that phone, Ben. You can find it while we're running this act.
Yeah, right, okay, I'll do my best.
Okay, everyone, top of act 3. I got it!
Oh.
Phyllis, you really just can't interrupt rehearsal this way. But I've solved the problem of the salami.
Damn it, that's already been solved.
no need to use profanity, Saul.
That's what you think.
Please hear me out. I was so concerned at the loss of my lovely double alliteration.
All right, let's hear the solution, but be quick.
We don't have to call it Delhi diamond. We'll call it the Darjeeling diamond. Don't you see? It's still named after a town in India.
I get it. Okay, thank you very much. We make the change. Now get off the stage. And I don't want to see or hear you again until we finish rehearsing this act, okay?
No need to get huffy about it.
Has everyone got the name for that stupid gem?
Yes.
All right. Take it from the top again, and this time, no stopping.
Haha, do you want to bet?
Louise!
Okay, I just thought it was a great opportunity to pick up some extra cash.
All right, places everyone. And this time, the next person who interrupts dies. I don't mean get yelled at. I don't mean chewed out. I mean dies.
On your marks, get set, go!
Lord Dudley, you're most touring points in the whole of England.
You are too kind, Diana. A pity Sir Percival could not be here.
Do you know I'm worried about Percival? He's never accepted an invitation to one of our parties or not shown up, at least not without sending word.
Ah, but Lady Margaret, he might have a motor car.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he hasn't had an accident. These roads can be treacherous at night.
Oh, damn it all to hell!
Please, it's all my fault. I should be providing you with a pleasant atmosphere. Not striking terror in all your hearts. Just take it from where you are and slow down a little, okay?
Does that mean you're not going to kill Paul?
Yes. But don't you start feeling too secure. Go ahead, Paul. The roads can be treacherous at night.
I just a minute. I really can't think. My mind's gone blank.
Don't say such a thing. One thing.
I have it down. Don't say such a thing. It would make one think that perhaps there was some truth after all in that story about the curse.
Nonsense, my dear. There's no such thing as a curse.
And yet, everyone who has ever earned the the Darjeeling diamond has always met with a dreadful demand.
Oh, beautiful!
But Percival doesn't own the diamond anymore. Not since he sold it to Lord Dudley for Lady Margaret's connection. Oh, correction.
consider that might be enough.
See here, Dr. Folk.
Stop. Will you all just take a deep breath and relax? Now go ahead and enjoy yourselves.
You are a man of science. Surely you don't believe in curses.
I only know there are strange things in the history of India. Things which defy rational explanation.
Nonsense! Sheer poppycock! Poppycock! Ah! Poppycock! Superstitious drivel.
Quite probably.
Damn it!
You're all still too tense. Slow and easy.
Quite possibly, Lord Dudley, and yet...
And yet,
Where is Sir Percival?
Frankly, I'm glad he's not here.
why, Diana, what a thing to say.
I mean it. Sir Percival is no gentleman.
Here now, what are you saying?
When he looks at me, I feel as though his pants were moving all over my body. What's the matter?
It's his hand, like his hand.
Isn't that what I said?
You said pants.
Everyone, people like speaking home sometime before dawn.
I'm sorry. I feel as though his hands were moving all over my body.
We'll see how funny small this is not enough.
But he is a knight of the realm.
He is a disgusting toad, and such toads can be lecherous at night.
Begging your pardon,
Take
my
it
lord,
easy. Take it easy. You'll be fine.
but should we delay dinner any longer?
No, I think not. Can't wait for Percival forever. Shall we, my dear?
I suppose so, but shouldn't somebody call Percival's flat and ascertain the reason for his absence?
Do you know? That might be a sound idea. There is something distinctly odd about all of this.
All of what, Stephen?
This business about Percival and the necklace. He did say he was bringing it tonight, Lady Moore.
Well, actually,
Now what's the matter?
I just thought. Saul brings the necklace in the first act. I put it into the safe. So how can I be here talking about the
Oh
necklace?
dear, oh dear, oh dear. I forgot to give you the new line. When I rewrote the first act a few weeks back, I totally forgot about that line in this act as well.
This is a hell of a time to think of it. What's the line?
I don't have the rewrite with me.
Approximately. We don't have time for fooling around with words. Just give us the gist of it and we'll improvise.
Polly's line is basically the same, only she says something to Billy about him not being here when Saul arrives with the necklace instead of Percival. Do you see?
Can you handle that, Polly?
I don't know, I could try.
Let's get on with this thing. I need another cup of coffee. Is there any coffee back there? It'll have to do. Come on, Phyllis. The rest of you, get back to work.
Billy, would you feed me that line again?
Oh, heavens. He did say he was bringing it tonight, Lady Moore.
Well, actually, I never spoke with him directly, but there was a message delivered this morning in the post saying that Percival had asked him to bring it for him.
What, on St. Swithin's Day?
Wait a minute.
That sounds as if it's against the law to ask someone to deliver things on that day. The part about the post has to come last, Polly.
Oh, all right. Well, let me try it again. But Dr. Forbes told me that Percival had asked him to deliver it for me in a message that was delivered this morning in the post.
Much better. Go ahead, Smithy.
What? On St. Swithin's Day?
Oh, no.
Now what?
Well, that sounds as if she couldn't go
I
ahead.
don't give a good damn what it sounded like. If all you 3-year-olds want to play games instead of learning this play.
I'm sorry, Jerry. Go on, Smithy. Go on.
St. Swithin's Day?
By Jove, never thought of that. Margaret, are you certain about that message?
Why, come to think of it, no.
You didn't receive a message?
Oh, I did receive a message, but now I'm not sure if it actually were from Percival.
But it did come by post.
I assumed.
Assumed? You didn't actually see it?
Why, no.
And how do you know its content?
Why, Dr. Forbes told me what it had said.
Is there any reason I shouldn't have? No, of course not, old chap. Only, if there was no delivery off the post today, then how? It was not a letter, it was a telegram. I should very much like to see that telegram. Well, as a matter of fact, I don't have it. The message was phoned from the telegraph office. Doris, have there been any telephone messages this evening? See here, you insolent young pup. Are you doubting my word?
Of course he isn't, Rex. Stephen, you should apologize to Dr. Forbes.
No, I shall. As soon as Doris answers my question.
No, sir.
What? Are you quite sure?
The telephone has been out of order since this afternoon, Mum.
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Forbes?
What are you talking about? Did I get the phone bill out of order on the tape?
What were you doing with the tape, Bess?
I just thought I'd give a listen to the sound effects.
Yeah, and you erased the tape. There is nothing on it. Absolutely nothing.
Oh, Louise, are you sure?
Here, listen for yourself.
I don't hear anything.
Well, that's what I mean. Here, that's it. I see.
Oh, I'm not listening. And Louise, you're not leaving, are you?
Well, I can't do a damn thing for you if I stay. I've got to get home and retape every one of those sound effects before the opening. And if that bubble brain idiot as much as near my machine, do you know what? And I'm going to beat her head.
Louise, as long as you have to do it over, I've been thinking, what? Couldn't we have a phone hooked up to a button backstage? There are so many phone calls in this show. Wouldn't it be just easier to do them all manually?
I can do
Yes, and it saved me a lot of trouble if we could leave those damn rings off the tape.
I said I can do the hookup. Then the wire's already backstage, and there's a battery there too for power.
Right, well just make sure you put the button somewhere near the tape recorder so I don't have to leave the soundboard to find it, right?
Okay.
Oh yeah, listen, and the rest of it. When you use the phone in the play, will you make sure that you hang it up right? If the phone is not sitting the right way and if the buttons aren't pressed by the speaker part, the phone can't ring. Got it? Right. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a hell of a lot of work to do.
I'm so dreadfully sorry. I feel as if I owe each and every one of you an apology for what I've done.
Put it in a letter and post it.
Preferably on St. Swithin's Day. Hey!
Don't I?
You deserve a cup of coffee for that.
Well, I sent for the stuff to eat first.
Shall we go on or what?
Go on.
Or else.
They are cute.
Does that answer your question?
Stephen, I believe you owe Dr. Forbes an apology.
Aggie!
Oh, sorry. I was drinking coffee.
You had best answer that, Doris, so we know the caller an apology too.
Yes, sir. Hello? Who? Why, yes, he is. Just a moment. It's for you, sir.
Who is it, Doris?
Sir Percival.
It can't be her. I mean,
Yes, Doctor. Exactly what do you mean?
Hello? What? Oh, yes, I see. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Why, Dudley, you look so strange. What did Percival say?
That was not Sir Percival. What the hell?
Sorry, I wasn't going to go down on the foot.
Go on, people, go on.
That was not Sir Percival.
Then who was it?
That was Miles Taylor, a good friend of mine.
Stephen, I do not understand.
Nor I.
It is very simple. I asked Miles to ring up and say he was Sir Percival, so that I could observe the effect it would have upon Dr. Forbes. I think you will all agree that he was struck dumbfounded.
Nonsense. It is not nonsense, sir. I myself observed the self-same reaction.
Yes, but what does it mean?
Yes. What does it all mean?
Yes, what could it possibly mean?
Doris, you're forgetting your place.
Sorry, my lord.
Now I can explain what it means. It means that this man, after murdering Sir Percival for the necklace,
how dare you, sir? I'll have you in court for this. Such accusations are actionable. To tarnish my good name, it's libel.
I can be sued successfully for libel if my accusations should prove true.
And just how do you intend to prove them true?
Quite easily. After a look at that necklace, would you mind getting it, Dr. Forbes?
The necklace? There's no proof of that necklace. I'll show you. Aggie!
Oh, I clean forgot. Oh, take us back there talking about nuances and what
Aggie, don't cross where the audience can see
I
you.
won't. I was just in a hurry.
Oh, heaven help us all.
Pick it up from my line.
From anywhere.
I'll show you. Aggie, can't you stand a little closer?
Oh, here. Sorry, son. Here.
There! Now show me your ridiculous proof.
You yourself have shown the proof, Dr. Forbes. For if you were not the murderer, how did you know the combination to the safe?
Great heavens! He's right.
Blast you, Stephen Sellers. But there's one thing you did not take into account. I am armed.
You, sir, are a scoundrel.
And I should very much like to surrender our engagement this moment.
Well, in that case, will you marry me, Diana?
With all my heart, Stephen.
Doris, telephone at once for the constabulary.
Do so when you're dead, my dear.
Oh, Mum, what should I do?
Just raise your hands. And the rest of you, do likewise. Aggie, the phone is supposed to ring there.
Oh, I clean forgot. And this is going to be hell tomorrow night. Dashing back to the safe to get a necklace, then dashing back to ring the phone, and then trying to follow a script to kill people in our lines.
I can pass the necklace to him tomorrow night if you'd like. I'd feel much safer having it in my possession anyhow.
But won't you be seated out front?
I can come up that backstage for that part. I'll have to be backstage anyhow so that I can take my bow.
I don't know.
I tell you, we'll hash this thing out later. Now just let's get on with this thing.
And the rest of you, do likewise. Damn and blast! Who's that?
It is my friend, Miles Taylor. I told him to bring us back shortly after we first called. And if I do not answer, he shall summon the law, and they shall arrive here with a warrant for your arrest. Stanley Grimes.
Stanley Grimes! Do you mean that criminal laboratory assistant to Dr. Forbes?
To the lake, Dr. Forbes. Unless I miss my guess. You have done what your biggest felonies, Grimes. Put down that pistol and surrender.
Never! I may go to the gallows, but none of you in this room shall live to see it.
Please, my lord, might I leave the room?
Just stand where you are. But before I I must know. How did you come to suspect me, Sellers?
I arrived here late, as you all know. As a result, I had time to hear the news broadcast, which told of the finding of Sir Percival's body, dead of a rare Indian cobra poison. You, of course, had already disconnected the telephone here at the switchbox, so no one else would hear the news. But when I accidentally knocked down your overcoat, as I was hanging up my own, and found a flagon of that very poison in the pocket, why then, I knew, of course. I immediately reconnected the telephone, rang up Mad, set up...
Excuse me, my dearest darling, but what exactly did you know when you found this foul fiend flagon?
Why, how this man had schemed to keep alive the legend of that curse. He had immersed the necklace in the cobra venom, so that all who would handle it would shortly become ill. He thought in that way to devalue it, to make Lady Margaret loathe at the sight of it. And then, of course, he could have it for considerably less than its real value.
So anxious would she be to sell the bauble.
And I would have too. Oh, curse you, Stanley Grimes.
Curse? No such thing as curses. And I have soaked my hands in an antitoxin to prevent penetration of that potent poison too.
What the hell is that?
You get real sirens tomorrow night.
Aha! My delaying tactics have done the work. The law is upon you, Stanley Grimes. Surrender yourself.
No! I shall take this necklace and sell it for a fortune and move wealthily to another country.
It's the curse! The curse of the... Oh, damn it.
Darjeeling diamond, dear.
Oh, thank you, Henry. The curse of the Darjeeling diamond, dear.
He's dead.
He mocked the laws of society. And now a higher power has intervened.
Oh, Stephen, hold me! Hold me!
Jerry, will you pull the curtain? Will you pull the curtain?
Hell no! Okay, you've had your third act. Now, from the top of Act 1. And it's already 10:30.
Oh, my mother is going to murder me.
Oh, but my dear, it's in such good cause. Good. Now I'm going to let the audience in.
Do they have to? Oh, I'm not sure I'm kidding. I'm really getting scared.
That's good, Smitty. The worst way to approach a performance is with complacency. Nervousness gives a player energy.
Oh, well, nervousness is giving this player creeping paralysis. And you have to push me on stage.
I don't think I would. I used to be a sergeant in the parachutes, and when I said jump, everyone jumped, whether they liked it or not.
I'm not nervous about the regular audience. If we goofed, they'd probably never know it. It's giving me a cold sweat. The thought of looking out front and seeing Jerry. She'd recognise every error.
Well, you can relax, because I won't be out front tonight. I'll be right backstage here helping Aggie push.
How come? Don't you want to see the show?
Well, of course, not that I blame you. Maybe tomorrow night. Tonight, Phyllis will be sitting out front, and if I sit out there, she'll want to sit next to me, and I don't think I could take that.
You know, that reminds me. She still insists on holding on to that necklace and handing it to Saul when he reaches into the safe to get it. No, it doesn't bother me. It saves me from bursting me behind, running from that safe over to the soundboard to help Louise. But I think that she's going to get so carried away listening to the play, she'll forget.
She does. This play will end with a real murder.
Well, I did it. It took me till damn near 3 in the morning, but I got all those sounds back in order on the tape, finally.
Well, I hope you skipped the phone bells.
Don't worry, but I did add thunder and lightning effects.
What? Louise, there's no thunderstorm in this play.
Who ever heard of a murder mystery without a thunderstorm? Believe me, you're going to need it.
Louise, are you crazy? There's no place to have a thunderstorm in this play.
Do you want to bet?
I've been through the play 100 times. There's no place to have it. You distract the actors.
Jerry, I guarantee you, there's a perfect spot in this show to have a thunderstorm. It won't distract the actors.
Where?
That's going to be my surprise. Come on. Trust me. Come on. Have I ever let you down?
Louise, there's no way you can put a thunderstorm into this play. You just can't. It's impossible.
Make it easy on yourself. Bet me a $5.
You're on.
Ha ha! If there's one thing I love, it's a sucker bet. Ha ha!
That's what I hate about stages. There's no place to hide.
Hello. The magical moment is upon us at last.
And so will our audience be if we don't get the curtain closed.
I just wanted to wish you all the very best of luck.
In show business, that's bad luck to do. You're supposed to say, break a leg.
Oh, I'll never understand the theatre.
It's a fine thing for our playwright to say.
The audience is coming in now. Would you all like to join me in prayer?
I'll say,
We could use a miracle.
Saint Dionysius, pray for us.
Saint Dionysius, pray for us.
Okay, everyone, places are one more stage.
Saul, who's Saint Dionysius?
It's the patron saint of actors.
He performed for the Roman Emperor. They had him put to death.
Oh, well, I hope there are no emperors out front tonight.
Amen.
Oh, no, damn it! Lord Dudley? Will there be anyone at dinner tonight besides Sir Percival, the famous archaeologist, Dr. Rex Forbes, the famous scientist, and Stephen Sellers, the famous millionaire?
Other than myself and my wife, Lady Margaret, and the lovely socialite Diana Lassiter here, no, Doris.
That's what I thought.
I say, Diana, have you yet located that book on famous jewels of India that I told you must be there on the shelf?
Ah, yes, here it is. Oh, I say, Lord
Dudley, you didn't tell me there was a curse on the Ratchapur the Darjeeling Ruby Diamond.
It is known by many names, my dear.
Yes, it certainly is. Lots of them.
Fiddlesticks. A lot of hogwash. That curse, I mean. Damn superstitious rot. But doesn't the book distinctly say?
Yes, but the book distinctly says that Lord Clyde Fortescue, the first owner of the Darjeeling Diamond, was found floating in his tub. Oh, I don't mean the diamond was found floating in his tub.
No. No. Of course not. But what was, eh?
He was in his own blood.
And the next owner?
And the next owner, Sir Giles Renfrew, had no sooner purchased the diamond from Lord Clyde's estate when he was found floating in his own stables by his favourite horse. Trampled, I mean. And the next owner...
Balderdash! Nonsense, a lot of old wives' tales.
How could they be? They are all dead, aren't they? The owners, not the old wives.
Yes, but consider, I bought the ruby, the diamond, this morning, and I'm fine.
Lord Dudley, is anything wrong?
No, no, nothing. Just one of my beastly attacks.
You don't suppose?
Don't you wonder how long I've been having them?
How long have you had them?
Since this morning.
That long, huh?
Don't you suppose that I suppose?
You don't suppose?
Ridiculous, sheer coincidence, merest chance.
Dr. Judd, is he Lord Fordley?
Ah, it is your fiancée, Diana. Your fiancée, Diana?
Yes, being engaged to the world-famous scientist has made me the envy of all the girls in London. In England. In London, England.
Oh, but a lovely bed like you deserves to be rung. To have a ring.
You flatter me, Lord Dudley.
Doris, will you show the gentleman in?
At once, my lord.
So,
Lord Dudley. Diane.
I'm sure you young people would want to be alone. I'll just toddle off to my room and putter about.
You're going the wrong way.
Oh.
You must be going to use the outside stairway.
Yes, that must be it.
Really, Lord Dudley? You needn't go.
Nonsense! I was once in love myself.
My dearest darling,
My sweet.
my darling, I have a little surprise.
I like surprises.
I knew you did.
I can't wait to find out what it is.
It's really worth waiting for. I knew you would be.
Can't find it.
I must have left it in my coat. Excuse me. Just give it to me. Wrong surprise. The white ruby of French. Whatever they call it.
Oh, how incredibly lovely it is. Might I try it on?
Not afraid of the curse.
Well, not very. May I, please?
Certainly, you shall. Here, allow me. Oh, it is lovely. It's such a lovely setting.
Oh, that's what a thing to say.
I cannot decide which is lovelier. You or that fabulous chair.
I'm simply not. Let me go find a mirror.
Diana, that necklace! Where is it?
In here.
How dare you? Take it out at once! Off at once!
I know it.
Well, hurry it up! Hurry it up!
Lady Margaret, I was only.
Take it off at once! This instant!
Here now, Lady Margaret, there's surely no harm done.
No harm, you say? How could you endanger the life of this young girl and your own death for yourself?
Oh, Lady Margaret, I don't believe in that silly curse. After all, this is the 20th century. Oh!
Diana, are you all right?
Yes, it was just momentary. The room seemed to dip. My head started to spin.
Places for Act 2, everybody! Places!
Oh, Diana, I was seeking Lady Moore.
Lady Margaret is cutting roses in the garden, Stephen. She may not return for some time.
I see. Would you mind if I waited for her here?
Naturally not.
Might I sit?
If you are so inclined.
Diana,
Yes, Stephen.
would you take offense if I were to
Stephen, what are you trying to say?
No, dash it all, Diana. Must we play at words? You know the message that longs to cry out from within my heart.
Is it possible? Do I dare for a moment imagine that a message in your heart is the self-same message that cries out from within my own? The fly is open.
And yet you do not go away.
Oh, Stephen, cannot reason out why!
I was about to.
Cease your noble trepidation, Stephen Ferris, for although I am a highborn lady, I am also a woman.
Oh, Diana.
Oh, Stephen!
Oh, Diana.
Oh,
Oh, Diana.
Everybody ready for Act 3? Places, places!
Ah, Lord Dudley, you give the most charming parties in the whole of England.
You are too kind, Diana. Pity Sir Percival could not be here.
Do you know, I'm worried about Percival. He's never accepted an invitation to one of our parties and not shown up, and is not without sending word.
Oh, but Lady Margaret, he might have had no other trouble.
Yes, indeed. I do hope he hasn't had an accident. These words can be treacherous at night. Rules!
Oh, but don't say such a thing. It would make them think that perhaps there was some truth after all in that story about the curse.
Nonsense, my my dear. There's no such tongue as a kist. Keen as a thirst. King as a curse.
And yet, everyone who's ever heard the door shutting down is always met with a dreadful drama.
But Percival doesn't own the diamond anymore. Not since he sold it to Lord Dudley for Lady Margaret's collection.
Nevertheless, Percival did own. That might be enough.
You see here, Dr. Ford, you are a man of science. Sorely you don't believe in crushes.
Louise, was me drinking?
Sorry, it's the drink alone. Oh, dear God.
I only know there are strange things in this village. Things which defy that's
Nonsense! Sheer cocky cock! Superstitious gribble!
quite ugly, Lord Ugly. And yet,
And yet,
where is Sir Percival?
Frankly, I'm glad he's not here.
why, Diana, what a thing to say.
I mean it. Sir Percival is no gentleman.
Here now, what are you saying?
When he looks at me, I feel as though my hands were moving all over his body.
But he is a knight of the realm.
He is a disgusting toad, and such toads can be lecherous at night.
Yes, indeedy.
Alfred,
Begging your pardon, my lord, but should we delay dinner any longer?
No, I think not. Can't wait for Percival forever. Shall we, my dear?
I suppose so. But should somebody call Percival Splat and ascertain the reason for his absence?
do you know, that might be a standard there. There's something distinctly odd about all of this.
All of what, Stephen?
This business about Percival and the neculus. The necula. He did say he was bringing it tonight, Lady Margaret.
Well, actually, I never spoke with him directly, but there was a message delivered this morning on the post. In the post. The postman brought it.
What? On Swithin's Day? St. Swithin's Day?
By Jove, never thought of that. Margaret, are you certain about that? That postman, or whatever you said?
Why, come to think of it, no.
You didn't receive a postman?
Message.
That too.
Oh, I did, but now I'm not sure that actually were from Percival.
But it did come on a boat.
I assumed it.
Assumed? You mean you didn't actually see it? Him? The messenger, the postman?
Oh, whatever. No.
How do you know it's Contate?
Why, Dr. Forbes told me what it had said.
Yes, indeed.
Is there any reason why you shouldn't have?
Is there any reason why I shouldn't have?
No, of course not, old chap. Only if there
Then,
wasn't.
why did you ask?
Only if there was no delivery of the post today, then how?
It was not a letter. It was a telephone. Cable car. Telegram.
I should very much like to see that telegram. I should very much like to see that telegram.
I haven't got it. As a matter of fact, the message was phoned from the telegraph office.
Doris, have there been any messages this evening?
See here, you innocent young punk. Are you doubting my word?
Of course he isn't Rex. Of course he isn't Rex.
Stephen.
Of course he isn't, Stephen.
Should I apologize to Dr. Forbes?
Oh, yes, thank you.
No, I shall. As soon as
Doris,
Doris answers my question.
what was the question?
Well, someone must know.
Damned if I do.
Me neither.
Doesn't anybody know?
No, sir.
Know what?
That's the answer to the question.
What? Are you quite sure?
The telephone has been out of order since this afternoon, Mum.
Aha! And what do you say to that, Dr. Forbes?
Does that answer your question?
Stephen, I believe you owe Dr. Forbes an apology.
You had best answer that, Doris.
Before we owe the caller an apology too.
Yes! Damn it, yes!
Yes, sir, you bet. Hello? Who? Oh, yes, he is. Just a moment. It's for you, sir.
Hello? What? Who is it, Doris?
Percival.
Oh, yes, I see. Yes. Thank you very much.
It can't be.
You mean it can't be Sir Percival, right?
Right. Yes, Doctor. Exactly what do you mean? Why,
I'm off the phone, Polly. Margaret!
Oh, what? You're off? Oh, Dudley, you look so strange. What did Percival say?
That was not Sir Percival.
Then who was it?
That was a good friend of mine. I can't quite remember his name.
Miles Taylor.
Right.
Stephen, I do not understand.
Nor I.
I can explain what it means. It means that this man, after murdering Sir Percival for the necklace...
Did I say he was struck dumbfounded?
I observed the self-saying reaction, I think.
Yes, what could it possibly mean?
Doris, you are forgetting your place.
She's not the only one.
Where the hell are they?
Search me.
Doris, you are forgetting your place.
How dare you, sir? I'll have you in court for this. Such accusations are actionable. To tarnish my good name, it's libel.
I cannot be sued successfully for libel if my accusations should prove true.
And just how do you intend to prove them true?
Quite easily. After a look at that necklace. Would you mind getting it, Dr. Forbes?
The necklace? There's no proof on that necklace. I'll show you. I'm sure it's here someplace. Margaret, are you sure that's where you put it?
Like, where else?
Why don't you have another look?
All right. Now, show me your ridiculous proof.
You yourself have shown the good Dr. Forbes, but you are not the murderer. How did you know the combination was the same?
Blast you, Stephen Sellers! But there's one thing you did not take into account. I am armed.
You, sir, are a scoundrel.
And I should very much like to sign our engagement this moment.
Well, in that case, will you marry me, Violet?
Oh, Billy!
I mean Diana.
With all my heart, Stephen.
Doris, telephone at once for the constabulary.
Do so when you're dead, my dear.
Oh, Mum, what should I do?
Just raise your hands. And the rest of you, do likewise.
Did you say, and the rest of you do likewise?
Hang up the phone. Hang up the phone.
Hang up the phone!
Damn and blast! Who's that?
It is my friend, Miles Taylor. I told him to ring back shortly after his first call. If I do not answer, he should summon the law, and this shall arrive here with a warrant for your arrest, Stanley Grimes.
Stanley Grimes!
Put down that pistol and surrender.
Never! I shall take this necklace, sell it for a fortune, and move wealthily to another country.
Oh, curse you, Stanley Grimes! It's the curse of the Delhi diamond.
The Darjeeling diamond!
All of them!
My dear friends and fellow theatre lovers, may I thank you most sincerely for the very warm reception you have given my modest piece here tonight. But may I take this opportunity to discuss with you the state of drama in Ireland, the lack of resources.
Right, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together